Hello everyone, so this is episode 2 of my Minecraft realm. It's not really my realm, it's my friend's realm. But in this episode, we kind of agreed that Minecraft was fun in 2025 still, as we discussed last video. So this is kind of just a continuation of that realm, if you guys wanted to see. Here we have a lot more fighting, I guess, and a lot more drama in the realm. And you'll see by the end what I mean. So, I hope you enjoy. So I started using snow and sort of furnishing the interior of the first floor of my new, tavern slash inn, I don't know. That's the menu. I also named it after a person who would supposedly be running the inn. So yeah, I think it's coming along pretty nicely. And me and my friends, being the little goofy goobers we are, we had some fun downstairs. I'm just doing a bunch of stuff together in a confined space. I don't know. So I began constructing was this third floor, I think, of the tavern? It looked pretty fun, so also, I went to my friend's house. He took forever to build this. It's not even done, but don't worry. It looked pretty cool, but after that, I had to actually help him out because... Oh wait, no, I'm building a bridge. Never mind. Okay, now I had to help him out because he, someone made a really big hole under his sort of doorway, so he lost all his stuff and fell. So yeah, I started helping him out. I continued building the bridge. Nothing much, I just wanted to make the place feel more connected, and so I always wouldn't have to get my hair wet whenever I went in the water. And I also tamed a bunch of new dogs to bring home a dog army. Someone took my bed for some reason, and also someone new joined the server, which is coming up eventually. Right now I'm just sort of looking in my new friends' bases because no one had really built anything of their own right now. And here I begin my dog army with my little boys, my little good boys. And then, yeah, this is the new member of the server. Right now we're just talking about the tavern. My friend here is saying he made it, but, no he didn't. And then this was painful to watch, if you can just see the chat. So, anyway, we also had netherite last episode, and I got upgrade templates from a friend of mine. So we had our first netherite piece. After that, I traded with the villagers because I needed some emeralds. I also tried to get a librarian to give us a good enchants, but I couldn't really get him to do anything. So I just traded sticks with the Fletchers. And then after that, I went up to my tavern because I actually have an enchanting table there now. And I decided to apply or put a grindstone there. I also gave this new guy on the server, our second new member, a bunch of diamonds so I could make peace with him and sort of be a good guy, I guess. But he gave me a shulker box, and this was kind of huge because I had been constantly running out of storage, and I didn't realize it at first, but he was giving the entire box to me just because I gave him 3 diamonds, which was pretty huge. So I thanked him for it and just went on my way. After that, I tried to enchant whatever I could, the best seeming to be my sword, but I kept getting Bane of Arthropods. I kid you not, I've gotten Bane of Arthropods 4 or 5 in a row, a couple times, 3 or 4 times, I don't know. I didn't even get smite. I also checked out our new guy's little base here, which is a small little secret base in there, which I found pretty cool. Also, my friend, he broke the mob spawner, the zombie farm. So I decided to, tell him or show him how it actually works. Because, I didn't want him breaking my genius machine. So after that, I applied mending to a bunch of my gear. Because, I don't want to run around with broken gear. And after that, I went into another mining trip. So enjoy. Oh, whoa, never mind, don't enjoy because my friend just died. But yeah. After that, I made my way back home and checked out my friend's bridge. This guy was building a lot, and this is a pretty damn good bridge, so you know, I wanted to check it out. And also I gave him a diamond block just to be extra friendly. And after that, we started our second raid on our village because we needed some totems and emeralds. So after that, I abused Hero of the Villager and tried to get some emeralds from the villagers because I needed to get rich. Also, here's my reaction to getting probably one of the best swords ever. Bro, it's Censor's Tavern. Oh! Oh my gosh! So yeah, that was a pretty good sword. After that, I combined it with a bunch of books to make it even more overpowered, and eventually made it to sharpness 5. And then I started showing around my sword to my friends, which I'll never do again, because, well, this is a pretty good sword. I would risk a lot if I lost it. After that, I walked around with my dog army to to show my dominance on the server because I had a netherite chestplate on and the best sword, so if anyone wanted to mess with me, that would end pretty badly. Then I continued making my farm and expanding it. And also gave some gold to make peace with some of my friends. You know, just to give them more stuff, I guess. And then I also bribed one of my friends to join my union, which would have never eventually come to fruition. I don't know. It's a union for protection, so you know he doesn't fight me. But also, the Ender Dragon was defeated. This happened a while ago because I've had shulkers for a while now. But I decided to go to the end and use the Enderman XP farm my friends built. Yeah, it's very loud. I don't really know how I feel about the end being beaten already before me being there because, you know, usually that's something where everyone goes online but and tries to beat the dragon. But I've done it quite a while and I didn't want to like slow anyone down, so I just let them beat it without me. And so I found a couple of end cities, but since this end's already been raided, you know, the first one with a ship didn't have an elytra. But yeah, it was pretty interesting seeing an end that was already looted since I hadn't really seen that before because I would be one of the first to get elytra all the time. So yeah, this is my adventures throughout the end. Oh, this feels so good. Elytra. Elytra. After that, I helped my friend build a gunpowder farm, which would be a big mistake, as you might be able to see later on. And after that, I checked out my friend's base, because, I thought it was pretty cool. Someone was actually building something new for once, and it wasn't always me. After that, I just expanded my farm and wanted to do some peaceful stuff, because I had been fighting in the end for so long at this point. And then after that, I began construction on a little tower castle thing. Kind of wanted to go medieval for this because, castles were only in the medieval era. And then I started the 3rd floor of my house and noticed my pickaxe was gone. My first wooden pickaxe. My wooden pickaxe, bro. And then something horrible happened. I walked into my house one day and was trapped. I fell to my death in dripstone with crafting tables on the walls, so I wouldn't be able to MLG or pearl out. I wasn't able to quickly react, and I lost all my stuff. One of my friends took it all, put it in his ender chest, but I was able to get a chest full of ender pearls and stack myself quietly as I snuck into an ender chest. I tried to get my stuff, but I thought it wasn't safe enough to stay, so I made a run for it. I started conspiring with one of my friends who was new to the server, but little did I know I wouldn't really need this. Also, keep inventory was on, so I couldn't really fight any of my friends. Keep inventory isn't usually off, but for now it was. I was actually able to get my gear back because they agreed to give it to me. This is the trap that killed me. The gear that was taken from me would cause a lot of debate because this guy here stole, I thought he stole my sword. I had gotten all my gear back besides basically my tools, and my tools had a lot more importance to me than my armor because of my really OP netherite sword. My team and I decided to go to the end and start grinding up XP to re-gear, but I realized that all the fighting we had done was for a misunderstanding because I had agreed to give this guy a netherite template for my sword, but he sent me a screenshot a while ago that the sword he was holding wasn't my OP netherite sword. So I realized that with nothing much left, my dog army was gone. I didn't notice this earlier because usually they're just kept on this hill, but I realized they were all probably dead. I was trapped, lost half my gear, with my dog army dead. So I decided I'd start anew, surrendering all my materials so that I could be loose from all ties. This was a fun episode of the server, but being on the losing side of a bunch of fights. But I think it was worth it because it showed the fun side of Minecraft War, although it was pretty much just a short battle. So yeah, that was part 2 of the Minecraft realm. I hope you enjoy. There is one more part coming, but then after that, there's going to be something new. Have a good evening, a good morning, or a good night, wherever you are and whenever you are. I've been enjoying this Minecraft experiment so far, and I hope you have too. Thanks for watching, and see you next time.